Hello, welcome to the class of PHP programming language. So today we are going to discuss about how PHP work or the working of the PHP language. So let's start with the first. First of all, we will discuss about the PHP requirements. So to run the PHP program, we have to use these three components to run this PHP program successfully. So first one is the web server, second one is the database, and third one is the PHP parser. So here the web server PHP work virtually with all type of the web server software, including Microsoft IIS, Apache server, and the AMP server. So here in this we are going to use the AMP server. Coming to the next, that is the database. So PHP work virtually with all kind of database software, including Oracle, Sybase, MySQL. So here we are going to use the MySQL database. Coming to the last part, that is the PHP parser. So here it is used to process PHP script instruction. A parser is required to install to generate the HTML output that can be sent to the web browser or to the requested client. So these are the three requirements which we use to run the PHP programs. So next we are going to discuss how it works. So here here the diagram shows that here the client is requesting for some page. Here it's entering some any website in the Chrome browser or in the Opera browser or in Internet Explorer. After that the request go to the internet and then the request forward to the web server. So after that the in web servers, these different components work together and extract the particular web page, and from that the web page goes to the internet and the response is sent back to the client, and that particular web page is displayed over on the screen of the client computer. So here these web server components like file system, database, PHP scripts, and the Apache server together works and extract the particular or the desired web page that is requested by the client. So let's discuss about these in detail. So here the first step is the users enter the particular website, that is like example is http://global.com. So here as the user enter this particular website, and as they click over to the search icon or the enter, so after this the browser sends the web page request over the internet to the web server. So the web servers get the request and analyze the request information. So from that the web servers start working. So after that here the Apache realizes that we didn't specify a particular file, so it search for a directory index and also find the index.php. So here the Apache will work and it will analyze the particular file. If it contain any kind of file, if it contain, then it will find out the particular file. So like here it contain the file that name as index.php. So from here it's from the extension that is given .php, here it realized that this one is the PHP file. After that, in the next step, after that Apache knows where to send file that ends with the .php file extension. That means it has to be sent to the PHP interpreter. So here the PHP interpreter execute the particular file that is sent to the PHP interpreter. So PHP starts executing the code contained in the index.php file from the request, and here the PHP may also interact with the other particular objects that are connected to it, like it can interact the database for the other information, it can extract the information from the file system, or it may also make the external API calls to the other things that are connected to the Apache server or the PHP interpreter. So after that, extracting the full information about the index.php file, after finishing execution of this index.php file, it sends the output back to the Apache. So the complete information about this index.php is extracted and again it's sent back to the Apache. So here the Apache receives the output from the PHP interpreter and send it back over to the internet to a user web browser. So here it again send back to the client. So this is called the web response. After that, in the last part, the user's web browser receives the response from the server, and after that the web page display over to the computer screen or the user device screen. So in this way, the particular web page is extracted from the web server. So here you will see PHP interacts with the web page in a very real way. So actual request process is very simple. So here the reason being why PHP is used for web development is that the PHP is very well suited to the web development application. So to run this PHP, here we will use the AMP server. So here the AMP is a combination of a WAMP, MAP and LAMP stack. So here the WAMP stands for the Windows, Apache, MySQL, PHP stack, and MAP stands for the Mac, Apache, MySQL, PHP. So it runs over the Mac operating system. And last one is the LAMP, that is the Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP stack. So it runs over to the Linux operating system. After that, here the AMPS is a software stack from the Softaculous that includes the Apache, MySQL, MongoDB, PHP, Perl and Python. So these various languages are included in this AMP server. So it enables us to focus more on using application rather than in maintaining them. So here you can see that the AMPs contain the different operating system. It works over the different operating system. So we don't need to install it for, if you want for the Windows, we have to install the another server. For the Mac operating system, we have to find out the another server. For that, here it is the combination of all. So here AMPs include everything that is needed for the website development. So it includes the Apache server, the database, the file management and the PHP interpreter. So for AMPs installation, you can visit to this particular site that is given here. Next, the next part. So here it shows the AMPs that whenever we click over to the AMP icon, this particular window will open and it shows that it is running the Apache, PHP 5.6 interpreter and MySQL. So these are the three requirements for running the PHP program. Here the AMPs windows look like this. So it contains all the tools that configure the AMPs or database tool and the other features. Coming to the next requirement, that is the NetBeans ID. So here we use the NetBeans ID as the text editor. So here the ID stands for the Integrated Development Environment. So basically the NetBeans ID is used for the Java, for designing the Java programs, but we can also use the NetBeans ID for the PHP, HTML, JavaScript, C++ for another languages also. So here the Roman Stanek develops the NetBeans ID in 1997, and the NetBeans ID provides support for several languages such as PHP, JavaFX, C++, JavaScript and the other frameworks. So here the NetBeans current stable version is 8.2. that is released on October 3, 2016. So this one is the stable version or the current version of the NetBeans, and we will use this current version. So to install the NetBeans, you have to visit our this website that is given over here. So whenever you click over to the NetBeans ID icon, the following windows will open. So this here it's giving the graphical user interface window of the NetBeans ID. So here it's showing the different tools or that are used to design the program. So this is all about how the PHP works. Thank you.